Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. It is a cold and dreary day here in Vermont. It's actually welcomed today. It has been so hot. We seem to have, it's either freezing or it's so hot that you can't do anything. When I say hot, I mean like in the 90s with a humidity of like 75 or 80%. So hot you can barely breathe. And that's kind of the way it's been the last 3 or 4 days. Just so hot that you can't go outside. My kids haven't been able to play outside only really early in the morning and later on in the evening because it's so hot and I haven't been feeling great. And because of my asthma, when I get sick, everything settles in my chest. And so being out in the humidity has made it almost impossible for me to be able to breathe. We did go for a short walk yesterday morning, but other than that, it has been too hot to do anything. So a little cooler weather is okay with me today. Me and my daughter are headed up to the bigger town where we used to live. She has her 2-year well baby visit today, so I'm glad my husband is home because for the last week or so I thought I was going to have to take both babies with me today, and I'm glad that I didn't. It's a lot of work to take both of them. What's the matter? So it is weigh-in day. I weighed in this morning and I was up 0.4, which I'm not shocked about. I feel the last few days just being sick, I feel completely and utterly dehydrated. My joints hurt, my muscles hurt, my nose and everything is constantly running and congested. So I am 100% positive that my body is retaining water to fight all of this. Because I've been drinking like a crazy woman because my throat hurts. So I'm constantly drinking. Yeah, I know this is TMI, but I'm only peeing a couple times a day, which is very unusual for me, especially with the amount of water that I drink. What's the matter? Your drink fell? Well, I can't reach it right now, okay? I'll get it for you in a minute. I drink a lot of water, and I pee an incredible amount in a day. I go to the bathroom almost once an hour. And I can always tell when I'm healthy, and like I said, TMI, if you don't want to hear this, fast forward this part. My doctors have always told me, because of all the steroids and stuff that I take for my asthma, it's important that I stay hydrated so that my lungs stay moist. I don't know how it all works, but my doctors have always told me that a way to know if I'm getting enough liquid in my diet to stay healthy is to have clear pee. And my pee is always clear. Like, I can go to the bathroom and you would never even know it because my pee is so clear. Well, this week it has been kind of yellow and my body is acting as if it is dehydrated. So all of this long spiel was to say that I'm not surprised I was at 0.4. Excuse me. I've done really well with my eating. I've still managed to get at least 10,000 steps a day in every day last week. I didn't do as much walking, like I said, because it has been so hot, but I have got all my steps in. So I'm still not back to like 100% activity like I was before we moved, but I'm working on it. And I did lower my fit point goal this morning when I signed on to Weight Watchers to record my weigh-in, it told me that for the past 3 weeks I haven't hit my fit points, which I'm not surprised. However, it's set really high. However, I'm getting upwards of anywhere from like 12 to 16,000 steps a day. So I lowered it to 115. So we're gonna see how that works, because right now I'll raise it again if I start hitting higher than 115. For some reason it just seems really unattainable right now for my life. I'm doing almost as much as I can and I'm not hitting it. So I just lowered it to take a little bit of oh, sorry. Just to take a little pressure off myself. I was going to start the Wendy plan today. I was going to try it for a week or two. But as I was looking up all the numbers, it does ask you like what... Scratch that. Let me back up. Any of my subscribers, it's not new. It was way back when Points Plus was available. I think it may have even been before that, but I'm not sure. The Wendy plan is a calculated plan of how you should use, there's 2 different versions. Either using all of your weekly points throughout the week and how it should be broken up, or using mostly all of your weekly points and having them spaced out through the entire week. Instead of doing like unexpected binges and having to track and use your weeklies, or using your weeklies all at once for one big meal or one big day. Instead, what it does is it asks you what you want your big day to be. Like for me, my big day would be weigh-in day, Wednesday. And then, so it gives you the most amount. I think for me, I don't remember all of them offhand, but I think for my big day, I normally get 30 dailies and 35 weeklies. And it has split it up so that I get 44 to 46 points on my weigh-in day. There's another day that has like 37, and then a couple days that have like 31, a couple days that have like 32 or 33. And I am going to try the plan that uses most of your points, not all of your points. So it will use 25 of my 35 weeklies throughout the week. And then you still have 10, I guess, just in case something happens or you have an event or a party where you need a few extra. I was going to start that today. However, when I started looking up all the information for it, it kind of put Wednesday in the middle of the week, like a Wednesday is. So I'm not sure if I was supposed to start doing the numbers on Sunday and putting my big day in the middle of the week, or if I'm supposed to start today. So I'm not really sure how that works. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, and if I need to start, because just like the rest of us on Weight Watchers, my week ends and begins with weigh-in day. It's just the way that I do it, and I don't know if that's the way that it's supposed to be done for the Wendy plan, so I need to ask around and decide what I'm doing by the end of the day, so that if I'm going to use 44 to 46 points today, I should know before supper time. So I need to find that out. If I can start it today and go until next Wednesday or next Tuesday, I will start it today. If not, I will just start it. I think the week when it's set up for you starts on Sunday. So I will just start on Sunday. And we'll see how it works. I don't know. I mean, I know I did kind of a test run for 3 weeks, I did 33 points, but then again, I was still getting the same exact number of points and almost the same exact number of calories every single day for all 3 weeks. And the whole idea of this plan is to shake your body up and give it a different number of calories and a different number of points every day, instead of always giving your body the same amount of points in food. Why, honey? What's the matter? You want a buck? Yeah, there you go. So, I'm going to try that either today or Sunday. I was at 0.4, not surprised. I've been definitely hitting my water every day. I've definitely hit at least 10,000 steps, if not more, every day. Lowered my fit point goal. Not that I haven't hit 131 in the past, but it seems too high right now. So I'm going to try this for the week and see how it goes, see how many fit points I get this week, because I do want to get back into walking as many days as I can. My mental clarity is lacking because I'm not getting that alone time I need every day. So we're going to try that. And I'm sorry for all the coughing and sniffling. All of a sudden I am completely stuffed up, and I don't know, it's starting to rain, my eyes are watering. I have to take my daughter to the doctor's, and then we need to go get our weekly groceries. So I'm hoping that the 2-year mark is the mark that they don't give any shots at her appointment, because normally after shots she is ready to go home and sleep. But I have to get some groceries today, so I'm hoping we'll be able to get that done. And I will check back in with you guys after her appointment. Okay, bye. Hi guys. So it is after my daughter's appointment. We have done a couple errands and we are having lunch. I was going to take her out, like inside to McDonald's. It is pouring and she's already soaked, and I don't want her or me to be any more wet, and we still have to go get groceries. So we're sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store eating McDonald's. I have the buttermilk fried chicken sandwich, and I usually only count it as 10 points because I usually get it dry. I don't usually get the mayonnaise on it. And the app says 13 points. And when I asked the expert, she said that the app, at least for McDonald's and things like that, the sandwiches are, what am I trying to say? Sorry. They are pointed for the way that they serve them in the restaurant. So I always usually count it as 10 points instead of 13. Today, instead of mayonnaise, I had them put the Big Mac sauce on it. So I'm going to count it as 13 today. I talked with several of the people who I know right now who are doing the Wendy plan that we talked about this morning. And they said that they all started on their big day. And that's just the way they did it, because I think the mindset is that it's a new week. So I'm going to start today, which means I should have had a bigger breakfast, but I didn't. So I'm gonna go in and find something fun to have for dinner that I haven't been able to have for a while, maybe some pasta or something. But so this is 13 points, which means today I have to get between 44 and 46 points, and I'm used to only 30. And most days I don't even eat those. So that's why I decided to go for McDonald's today. But I am only having the kid fry. I just got the sandwich, not the meal, because I'm going to drink my water. And with a Happy Meal, you can get an extra fry as one of your sides. So my daughter has a kid's fry and I have a kid fry, because you can't order them. They won't sell them to you. You have to get them with a Happy Meal. So I always get 2 fries with the meal instead. So just a small fry, which is 4 points. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points for lunch. It leaves me with 22 or 23 points left. So I'll have enough for a snack this afternoon and something fun for dinner. So I'm gonna go think on that. But I wanted to check in. We're gonna eat. Hopefully this rain will subside a little bit so we can go into the store. We'll check back in later, guys. Hi guys. So it is about 1 o'clock and we are finally headed home. My little is in the back seat sleeping. We've only been in the car about 2 minutes from the grocery store and she's already asleep. So yeah, we got all of our errands done and now we're headed home. Let's see, what did I pick up for supper? One night every month or every 2 months, sorry, I indulge. My husband, the restaurant where he works at, I don't want to say they specialize in it, but they do a bunch of barbecue, which Vermont is, you know, not necessarily barbecue country, but the restaurant where he works has like the big outdoor smoker, and during the summertime, that's one of their specialties on their menu is barbecue. So he loves to barbecue. Most of the rest of the time, the restaurant that he is a chef at is more high class family dining, I guess is what you could call it. It's lower class fine dining. It's not super fancy, but they do have like escargot on their menu in one dish, and they serve seafood, but they serve burgers, and we're known for our wood fire oven pizzas. So they do barbecue during the summertime anyways, and my husband is a huge lover of ribs, like racks of ribs, on the bone ribs. And the ribs themselves aren't necessarily that many points, but they cook all day. He likes to cook them we buy the apple juice concentrate, and he doesn't dilute it with water, so he uses that and barbecue sauce to cook them in. So that makes them pretty high in points. I usually just look up something like a half rack of ribs. I usually eat a quarter of it. So I look up a half a rack of ribs from somewhere like Chili's or something. It only ever ends up being like 8 or 9 points for what I eat. And maybe I'm way off, but that's just how I look it up because I don't know how to add the apple juice and the barbecue sauce into the tracker. There's always like a ton of it left in the bottom of the pan, and I can never figure out how to estimate what I consume. So I just look up barbecue ribs, like a half rack, and then I just do half of that, whatever it is. But I don't eat them very often because they are pretty high in points as far as just a piece of the meal goes. But because I have extra points today, we decided to do ribs tonight. So we're going to do ribs and sweet potato fries, which I buy the Alexia crinkle cut salt and pepper seasoned french fries. It's like 33 pieces for 5 points, and they're the nice big long french fries, not the little teeny shoestrings or anything. So they're like the best I have found on points. So we're gonna have that, and I'll probably make my husband some coleslaw, and I will probably just eat a salad. My kids will probably have hot dogs on the grill and regular french fries. It's not exactly grilling weather, as you can see here. It has been pouring, and it's only about 55 degrees here today, but that's okay. But yeah, I had an overall pretty good day. The doctor's appointment this morning went pretty good. She didn't have to have any shots, so that helped, but she's very much a she has a lot of attachment issues. And I know most of that is my fault because we aren't very social and because we just kind of stay at home most of the time. She doesn't like other people touching her. Even people she knows really well, people like my mom and my best friend. She has to be... Sorry, that was really scary. Whew. Big tractor trailer truck and the wind is whipping and it's raining and I could feel my whole car like shift over. Anyways, she has a lot of attachment issues and she doesn't like to be too far from me, and even when she is, she doesn't like people that she doesn't really know touching her, poking her, prodding her, so she didn't want to. She didn't mind standing to have her height done, but she didn't want to get on the scale, so they decided to put her on the baby scale where they sit. She didn't want to sit. Luckily, she was really good about it yesterday at the other appointment that we went to in our state. I don't know if they have it in other states, but the appointment we went to yesterday is WIC, which is Women and Children. Until kids are the age of 5, we get like, it's not really state's assistance, it's for pregnant women and for small children. We get like milk and juice and fruits and vegetables and things like that. Anyways, you have to check in. It's with the Department of Health. So she stood on their scale yesterday. Their scale is fun. It has like footprints on it, and so she stood right on there. So luckily I had the weight from yesterday, so I just gave that to the nurse at the doctor's office. But once our doctor came in, Willow did not want her eyes and ears looked at. She just wasn't having any of it. Excuse me. And then they did have to do like the hemoglobin and the lead test that they do for small children, so she had to have her finger picked. She didn't like that either. And then we had to go to the drugstore and we had to go get lunch. We sat and ate. She actually did really good in the grocery store. She's not usually one that will sit still in the grocery store. My son, when he was little, could shop with me all day. He'd sit in the car and look around, and not her. So she did really, really good. I'm not surprised that she fell asleep. But anyways, that's just a bunch of neither here nor there. I will try to do, my husband's home again tomorrow. I will try to do a follow-up, but we'll talk on Friday and see how I'm feeling with this whole Wendy plan. I'm gonna try it this week. Why not? You know, what's the worst that can happen? I'll gain a couple pounds, and if I do, I do, and I won't do it anymore. Since I've been so close to the same numbers for so long, I'm kind of okay with trying some new things. So I'm going to try it out and see how it goes this week and maybe next week, depending on what my results are. If I gain a lot this week, I won't do it next week, but we'll see. I'm hoping to get a walk-in tomorrow. I probably will not get anything in today, but I did just spend 2 hours almost in the grocery store walking around. So I will check back in on Friday and we'll see what's going on. So I'll see everybody on Friday. I hope you all have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.